In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the whiteboard functionality in a Teams room system. I'm going to show you how to set it up and how to calibrate which display will be used as a touch control for the whiteboard. I will also show how it looks in a meeting, and in the end I will show you a bit about a few troubleshooting tips. An MTR system cannot by itself initiate a whiteboard. It has to be done from a Teams client on a computer, for example. The whiteboard will not work in a WebEx meeting, a Zoom meeting, or in a Skype meeting. It's only a Teams meeting feature. The functionality is the same as the one on the web interface. On the screen here we can see the MTR system. In the background, the large part is the panel on the table, and in the bottom right corner there is the screen on the wall, which will be where the whiteboard will appear in the future. So we'll start by going into the window settings of the MTR system by pressing More and then Settings and enter our password. We go into Window Settings and then Administrator and our password once more. We are now in the Windows interface and we'll start the Calibrate the screen for pen or touch input program. So press here and then start typing, calibrate the screen for pen or touch input. We are then presented with this dialog where we press the Setup button. And now we have on the screen, on the large screen on the tabletop, this message: tap this screen with a single finger to identify it as a touch screen. The screen on the table is not the one we want to use for whiteboard. So I'll just press enter to go to the next screen. And then we can see that the message moved to the other screen in the bottom right corner. And this is the screen where we will use the whiteboard. So I'll press the screen with a finger, and it says press enter to proceed to the next step to complete your configuration. I'll just press enter, and now we are done. Now the computer knows that this is the monitor that we want to use to interact with the whiteboard. There is also a feature to calibrate the screen. It's used if we, for example, have an offset for the touch input. So if we press the Windows button, we may press a couple of centimeters to the right or left or something like that. That means we'll need to calibrate the screen. But for now, we'll just press OK, and then we'll restart the MTR system or log off. So the system has now restarted and we are back where we started. I can now press the join button, and then I'll go to my computer here, and I will get the join now because someone started the meeting, or I could just press the join on the meeting. So I'll do that and join now. So now I'm in the meeting, and I can do as I usually do when I want to share something in a meeting, when I share something from my computer. I can press the open share tray here, and I have the whiteboard button here. If I don't have the whiteboard button, I may have to go into the Microsoft Store on the computer and install it. And when I do this, it will start a whiteboard on my computer here. And I can draw something on the screen. If I now switch back to the MTR system, I can now see that what I drew on the screen is on the screen on the wall. I can, if I want, choose a pen and continue drawing something. I can also erase things. If I erase things in the whiteboard, I erase the entire line that I drew. I can then draw something else. And if I go back to the computer, I see that what I drew is on there now. So if I stop sharing, stop presenting this, and I go back to my meeting, we may present something else and continue the meeting, and we go back to the whiteboard. What I did before will still be there. So I don't have to start a new whiteboard. I can continue here, can move this and continue somewhere else on this whiteboard. And after the meeting, this will be in the Teams application to review afterwards, so save or do whatever we want. So I'll leave the meeting here now, and everything will still be there. The last thing to have a look at is troubleshooting. There are two things that I'd like to mention here. One thing is if the user doesn't have any whiteboard in their computer, we may have to go into the organization settings for Office 365. I then go to the admin center, go to settings, org settings, and the last item is whiteboard here. I press that, and then I may have to turn on the whiteboard for everyone in the organization. The other thing I'd like to mention is if the whiteboard appears on the screen for the MTR system, but we can't draw anything on the screen, or we can't erase or even choose which pen we want to use, that may be because we have a TLS version that is not supported. If we have this, we'll go into the Windows settings of the MTR system and to the Internet options, and under Advanced we'll uncheck the TLS 1.0 and 1.1 and just keep the 1.2 or above. That is everything that I had for today for this video, and if you like this video, you're welcome to subscribe to this channel.